Federalist 12, Part 1. I hope to encourage you to read the text along with listening to these audios if you're doing it for the first time. Because just listening to the Federalist Papers without reading them or without at the same time reading them will not make a lot of sense. It's hard to understand them. So make sure you have the book or you're looking at it on your computer. The text is available online and it's free. Okay, I will read it for you. The effects of union upon the commercial prosperity of the state have been sufficiently delineated. Its tendency to promote the interests of revenue will be the subject of our present inquiry. He's talking about revenue. Usually the income, the money that goes to the government, that's called revenue. So you use revenue for businesses, for government. And here in this paper, he's going to say both commerce and agriculture. Both of them, if we stay united, will be good sources of revenue. Because for the longest time, even then, a lot of people thought only agriculture is good. Only doing things that have to do with agriculture. But some people were in commerce, and that's how they made their money. So here, he's saying not only we can use commerce and agriculture to make money to run the government, but at the same time, he's going to say that commerce is not bad. Agriculture is good, but it doesn't mean commerce would be bad. Because when you read how some of these founders, especially the ones that lived in the South and the ones that lived in the North, looked at commerce and agriculture, culturally there are differences. Like in the South, they didn't like people who would be in a lot of trade, banking, commerce. So because of that, he's trying to bring them together. He's trying to say, no, agriculture is good, commerce is good. Both of them will be good for this union. So keep that in mind. The prosperity of commerce is now perceived and acknowledged by all enlightened statesmen to be the most useful as well as the most productive source of national wealth, and has accordingly become a primary object of their political cares. By multiplying the means of gratification, by promoting the introduction and circulation of the precious metals, those darling objects of human avarice and enterprise, it serves to vivify and invigorate all the channels of industry. Notice vivify, invigorate, both of those words come from the root word for life. So he says it's life-giving. It enlivens both industry and commerce. So he uses this. Invigorate all channels of industry and to make them flow with greater activity and copiousness. The assiduous merchant, the laborious husbandman, the active mechanic, the industrious manufacturer, all orders of men look forward with eager expectation and growing alacrity to this pleasing reward of their toils. The often agitated question between agriculture and commerce has from indubitable experience received a decision which has silenced the rivalship that once subsisted between them, and has proved to the entire satisfaction of their friends that their interests are intimately blended and interwoven. See, he's saying that at one time we thought only commerce was good. At one time, at other times, we thought agriculture is good. He says, but now anybody that has paid close attention to it says it's interwoven. They're tied together. Both of them are good at the same time. So he realizes that there are different views in the south of the United States, in the southern states, and in the northern states. They look at trade and commerce differently. So he's saying, no. We have come to understand that they're both good. It has been found in various countries that in proportion as commerce has flourished, land has risen in value. And how could it have happened otherwise? Could that which procures a freer vent for the products of the earth, which furnishes new incitement to the cultivators of land, which is the most powerful instrument in increasing the quantity of money in a state, could that, in fine, which is the faithful handmaid of labor and industry in every shape, fail to augment the value of that article, which is the prolific parent of far the greatest parts of the objects upon which they are exerted? It is astonishing that so simple a truth should ever have an adversary. And it is one among a multitude of proofs how apt a spirit of ill-formed jealousy or of too great abstraction and refinement is to lead men astray from the plainest paths of reason and conviction. So those who for the longest time have been stubborn and think only commerce is good or only agriculture is good have to gradually understand that both of them are good for the country, because the country, the government can get revenue from them and run the government and do things that are better for the community. So make sure that you read the papers along with listening to them, because I think it's very, very important. Okay.